I was also going to say that if whatever money that they paid him for his appearance and everything that he did on the day, I think they should double it after that particular night. They should double the amount, because whatever they were looking for, he gave them, and it is their attention. Yeah. He even said it in his interview that yes, mixed martial arts is something that Reggie Rockstone loves, and this is not the first time he's even exhibiting something of that nature. Even in some of his videos, sometimes he even posts videos of him going to the gym, practicing karate and those martial arts stuff in some of his videos that he posts online. So given the opportunity, I mean, and this is also the first mixed martial arts competition in Ghana, like an official competition, which is going to run like the boxing matches or the boxing competitions that we have in Ghana. So of course, they needed some form of talkability. They needed some form of hype. And with our kind of setting, we all know, say, agrobi wohonum, ye ni.
The reason that I'll give is that Osrose Okokasa, say the Saturday man.
My goodness.
She was afraid. Her now, she's afraid. And when you cry now, you see the word. We will not, instead of I will not.
Yeah.
She needs people on her side.
Yeah.
And that was her way of doing that. She was so afraid of even the name Shatta Wale. I think her reaction to mentioning Shatta, commenting about Shatta, comes with a form of fear in her. She shouldn't be afraid. But that's the kind of reaction that she's been given. It's fear kind of reaction. For those who are not afraid of Shatta, will not go that direction.
I can say they can get close to, but not the 2 million. I can say they can get close to, because when you look at where the audience are very well, you can clearly see they are occupying like the entire town, because you can see buildings even in between. You can see trees, you can see lights. So without themselves, there is a huge open space, like a whole community on its own. And in that aspect, you can get it. It is like a festival kind of situation where everybody can just be anywhere and be chilling. But the whole thing would be that, okay, we are this carnival or we are this concert.
You see, even in Michael Mante's submission, he said that as a minister you can't do that, but he's not sure of his position. What is true is that if you hold any public office, there are certain things that you have to do if you have to do that. If you still have to work actively, like MPs, for instance, as an MP, you can still have your company or whatever, but you need approval from the Speaker of Parliament. You have to declare your interest in the business, so that the government will not do business with you directly, knowing that you have you are in a position of power, or you can influence decision making. The same thing applies to those who are holding office. You are supposed to declare your assets, and in the declaration of your asset, you have to also declare your commercial interest or business interest in any entity that you have interest in.
Ride or drive with Shaxi. Download the Shaxi ride-hailing app and sign up as a driver or rider. Get Shaxi today from the Google Play and Apple App Store today.
Yeah, we still have to survive, we still have to do it, and we are back on your favorite show, that is Showbiz Daily, right here on Sammy Flex TV, with my usual suspects in Team Dodi Solomon, aka Chemo, representing our online department as our manager, and Roland Amate here from Shaxi Shatta Movement Empire as well. Now, when we sit like this, you know how we do it. We talk about all the things that are relevant for us to talk about, and today is another opportunity that we have to do that with our team of producers, Theophilus Digos, Sam Tuga, and Desert, aka Desert. So in all, we still have to do what we've got to do. Now, I'm seeing some videos, and media seeing the video is making me ask, how? Like, what are you people saying? I don't get. What are you people saying? What are you people saying? Let's go watch this video. I'll be right back. Well, so according to reports that we are gathering, this is a concert that packed 2.5 million people in Brazil. Lady Gaga. And media, 2.5 million. And that's the caption everybody is writing. And according to them, there is a record of 1.5 million people for one Showbiz that we are yet to see. But this particular one for Lady Gaga packed 2.5 million people. And Chemo, 2 million.
So we're packing a whole country.
That's what I was going to say. Like, there is a whole country you guys are saying have been packed though. And
now space to be a corner side
so why are they writing those captions?
Rio de Janeiro.
This is in Brazil. Media, I have some feeling about this whole thing. Just that when you look at the video too, the people are scattered. Like the formula, there's no formula for the crowd. Scattered. So how were they even watching the show?
How were they even able to get the people?
2.5.
Yeah.
Were they selling tickets?
Were they selling tickets? Is there a capacity for how many people can occupy that space?
Because this one, it's not as if it's like a venue. This does not look like a venue.
It's more or less like a street kind of thing.
Because they say Lady Gaga makes history as she reportedly performs in front of 2.5 million people at a concert in Rio de Janeiro. That just broke the record of amassing biggest stand-alone crowd in music history, surpassing Madonna's 1.6 million.
Yeah.
The story makes
Was
me
it
feel...
on a beach?
Chemo, that's not a beach. Look at the setting well. Even a beach crowd, you don't get this large stretch like that. We know the big stretches. This stretch.
This is not in thousands, but in millions.
Even if they can achieve this, looking at the whole setting, I can say they can get close to, but not the 2 million. I can say they can get close to, because when you look at where the audience are very well, you can clearly see they are occupying like the entire town, because you can see buildings even in between. You can see trees, you can see light. So without themselves, there is a huge open space, like a whole community on its own. And in that aspect, you can get it. It is like a festival kind of situation, where everybody can just be anywhere and be chilling. But the whole thing would be that, okay, we are this carnival or we are this concert. The person may not be...
Was it a concert for her, or it was a carnival that she was part of?
It's a standalone concert, so that's her concert. Now, I decided to Google the Madonna thing that they are saying she also broke it. And Sky News has reported that.
Of
And according to Sky News, they say Madonna plays biggest ever show to 1.6 million fans in Brazil. I was in Brazil.
So you can clearly see that maybe it is a culture there. There can be maybe a festival or something around that time. And if you are able to tie in your show, definitely you can amass such numbers. And looking at the place in particular, then it means that it is something that they've been doing from time to time. So yes, in event statistics and stuff, sometimes the numbers can be exaggerated, but then they can still get over 1 million. That one it may be possible. That one may be possible, because when you look at the aerial shot of the entire thing, you can clearly see that it covers
2 million people.
2.5.
Hey,
no, what I'm saying is that they may not get that 2 million. No, I'm doubting the 2 million, but I can say that it may be more than 1 million.
1 million, the crampo, no.
No. I've seen somebody also reporting 1.6 million.
So that is the Madonna one.
Yes, they say Madonna one.
Over 1 million they can get. You know what I'm saying? Over 1 million they can get, because even with our football matches, some of the stadiums have 60,000 capacity, 65,000 capacity, and between 60,000 and 1 million, it is just about 2 stadiums, and you will record that 1 million.
Between 65.
million.
No.
No.
65 is just that.
Sorry. 100,000, yes, 1 million. So what I'm
from the beginning you were thinking
100,000.
No, you were thinking 100,000.
Like somebody that
your two stadiums.
No. It was a mistake. My own is that saying was 60,000 capacity stadium. I will honor for football matches. See, okay, in that same capacity.
Do you know how many 60,000 capacity you get before a million?
But it is still a concert.
No, in Dino can answer me. How many 60,000 will make a million?
No, even if you are going to get 100,000 60 capacity cell, my own is that when you check the video very well, now should be a stage in the war, and even where some people are, you can clearly see there are some people who may be there not necessarily because of the concert. You understand? Because some form of event or carnival that is going on.
Yeah.
And people would also want to be part. But because the event is tied in, you will be there and you may be recorded as part of those people attending that event.
Over 1 million people at one place for a concert, first of all, I doubt that.
Oh.
And again, 1 million people is not a joke. How much more 2 million? Come on.
No, for me, the 2 million, they are doubt.
1 million people.
Million, you cry me, I'm doubting. 1 million.
Is it stadium capacity now? What's it say?
60,000. The biggest so far.
No,
The biggest so far. Okay.
Let me.
Obia because I'm not sure there's any stadium that packs 100,000.
So 60,000. Even 10 of that stadium is only 600,000.
Yes.
10 stadium. If the stadium capacity is 60,000, 10 is only 600,000.
The biggest stadium is 132.
Yes.
132,000 in India.
Yeah. Even
That's how much
even 100,000 over 100,000 capacity will still need about 10 stadium.
10 stadium, yeah.
So your 60,000, they don't even mention it again. My numbers are
I don't know how they are using to count or measure.
Yes.
But where I sit, 1 million crumple easy.
Easy.
You see, unless they are telling us maybe they are using online. No, they are even adding online. Like people
online
who were
numbers.
watching online and all those things. But said back, so okay, maybe my question is, how many stages did they do? Because the 2.5 million people, only 1 million composite baby. How would one person even see, no matter how many screens you do?
India, even with the sound travel, in terms of sound capacity
The whole thing is making.
in terms of sound capacity, but about over 50,000.
When I saw Sky also report that Madonna 1.68. Because now I can't doubt Sky.
No, doubt them. They are now all feeding in with the social media thing. So whatever will push the story, they will do it. Now they don't have integrity like that too. Especially those people, the Skies, the BBCs and all CNN. They don't have integrity anymore. They all.
But the Sky one is 11 months ago. It's not now.
It's even 11 months ago.
The Sky one, the Madonna one, is 11 months ago. With Lady Gaga then fresh. And
it's crazy.
Charlie.
What can
I still find it some way. When you go to a channel, I think a channel in Brazil, they are discussing that Lady Gaga's Brazil concert breaks Madonna attendance record. Hey.
Well, you just take their words for it or whatever, because I can just imagine how they are going to calculate to get that capacity or that number. I can't think for. I mean, how are they going to count?
Because even if it is through ticket sales, then it means that you are anticipating over 2 million.
But which venue also houses 2 million people?
That one there.
So it's It's like a whole city. So the sport is so too. But the even people in Accra are part of the event happening in Soto. People in Kansas are part.
What's the population in Accra? Check for me.
I think the last time I had an idea, it was around 4 million people.
4 million people.
Yeah.
A quarter.
Yeah.
The whole of Accra.
Yes, the whole of Accra, and Accra will include Soto.
So it means the million people, if you are going to say you are performing for them, it means you need a space.
The population of Accra in 2024 estimated 2.7 million.
2024 is 2 million, not even the 4 million.
2 million.
That was around
2,700,000.
So I'm assuming 2.5. It means people are crying now.
Not all performing or any penny
from Accra to Kansas. From
for them to be part of the show.
From Po in Tema.
And the videos we are seeing
to Kaswa,
they are small videos. Snipe it. We have not seen like a whole drone. Okay,
Yeah.
But this whole thing sounds
later.
Well, if she did it too, congratulations to her. But the numbers are too humongous. The numbers are scary. If indeed she did it, then the numbers are scary. But
people that went to meet,
let's see how it goes. Well, in another news, another hard story is Reggie Rockstone's exhibition bout at the... Was it at the Bukom Boxing Arena? It was at the Bukom Boxing Arena. Well, because this time around the cage kind of fight. And Reggie Rockstone, who is now 61 years old, was seen in an energetic exhibition bout. One that put him down, seeing him come up, and I've seen two comments around it, and that is what I want us to have a conversation on. One comment says, Reggie, at your age, then what are you looking for? Is it hunger or what? That is another group of people who are speaking that language, and there's another group of people who are also saying, okay, it is his passion, and he's someone who loves this bodybuilding, who loves this exercising, karate, let me put it like that. He likes this karate kind of movement, so maybe it was just to show all of these together. Others also say, "Ade komo ben kwana at 61 obako yes adewe no nyame amoa na ohumba bibua na wo ye ne den." These are conversations out there. So in case you have not seen it, let's go watch it, and when I come back, ask my people what their opinion about this is. Watch it, I'll be back.
Na mo hwe me sisi ani menyina drum. A me timbe gina ha no mo ni me bra. Eto so say. E won say ahwe ho so yi. Viagra so me fa bi me yire na gina me nkyem ma gusa no. Na ya de. Iti mo mo so ma ya. Ai, enyo mo so de. Yeah, the whole day. Shout out to Jeffrey Gore. But last but not least, I want you to understand that this was an exhibition. It wasn't really but I needed to show and lend my celebrity to the cause. It's a more now who will so I meant testing me nice.
Well, Chabo, so once again, another hard story.
Yeah.
Reggie Rockstone in the exhibition bout.
Yeah.
And all the commentaries around it.
Yeah. Oh, I think for those who are saying that he's too old to participate in this and all those things, I feel that they just don't like Reggie Rockstone, so they want to make a negative comment about it because he has said that it's an exhibition match. So why are people saying that he can't even participate in an exhibition match? Or maybe they don't understand the meaning of exhibition match. When you talk about doing an exhibition match like what Reggie Rockstone did, what it means is that they are not using the full force to do whatever that you see.
Yeah.
And at some point, they may even pretend of getting a kick or something like that. So what can go wrong in that sense? So I don't think it is fair for anybody to make a negative comment about what he did. And again, he's just doing that as he said in his interview or after the game, that he's just doing that to encourage people to be active, do the exercise and all those things. And again, it's a sports that he likes. And he's just also trying to exhibit his skill in that sense. So why are you going to make a negative comment about it as if he's so hungry that he has to do this kind of things to eat? No, that wasn't the intention. And again, MMA in Ghana is a new sport for us. We've been watching it, but I think this is a way for them to promote it in a way that maybe we will see more of
This
such
is the first championship, though.
Yes, we will see more of such sports in Ghana. And Reggie Rockstone has done a good job because of what he did. A lot of people are now watching it or looking at it. He has put a light on it.
Yeah.
He has put a whole spotlight on the sport. So we should rather be praising him because this sport will also be giving some people job to do, especially Metro Men now from body. I mean, this is a fine opportunity for them to also get a job and even make good money because the sport is really popular in America. For instance, yes, Danny White. I think Danny White is the CEO for UFC in America, and he's a big man. He's really, really influential. He's closer to even this guy Donald Trump. He's been inviting Donald Trump to some of the matches. And all those things. So for me, I think Reggie Rockstone, he has done a good job. If they commissioned him to do what he did, I think he has passed, and they should even add some more money to whatever that they have to give him, because the way that people are talking about it, this is exactly what they were looking for. Yes, and now they have it. So kudos to him, and I think there's nothing negative about what Reggie Rockstone did. Yeah.
Okay, Ro, come over. What do you also add to this?
I was also going to say that if whatever money that they paid him for his appearance and everything that he did on the day, I think they should double it after that particular night. They should double the amount, because whatever they were looking for, he gave them, and it is their attention. He even said it in his interview that yes, mixed martial arts is something that Reggie Rockstone loves, and this is not the first time he's even exhibiting something of that nature. Even in some of his videos, sometimes he even posts videos of him going to the gym, practicing karate and those martial arts stuff in some of his videos that he posts online. So given the opportunity, I mean, and this is also the first mixed martial arts competition in Ghana, like an official competition, which is going to run like the boxing matches or the boxing competitions that we have in Ghana. So of course they needed some form of talkability, they needed some form of hype, and with our kind of setting, we all know say agrobi wo honum ye ni sabi yen men sa te so om abafo de omo me ya agrobi obutu
me
agrobi aba obutu ba do budi yen men sa. So if you don't take care, you introduce certain kind of sports here, well here you regret, because even with the boxing self, as much as we have some, like in Ghana or in Africa, Ghana is one of the countries that have accepted boxing as a form of sport. Still, we have some people in the space who don't even want to listen or even see anything boxing. So introducing an upgrade of that same thing is very risky. And if care is not taken and you are not able to affiliate with a proper brand that can calm that particular perception, you may be doing something that you regret tomorrow. Because mixed martial art, the MMA is an upgrade of boxing, where they use almost every part of their body. Every part of their body. At least with boxing, some of your body parts are not sanctioned for you to use. But then with this one there, and the part when you baby na
they will hate that game. It's too bloody.
Of course, but I know the likes of Obi and Ponsa, Tony Asankoma, they assume 2 a.m. Then they will be watching some of these things. You will be at an event with Obi and Ponsa thinking, oh, he's concentrating to go on stage. Meanwhile, he's watching MMA. He will be watching mixed martial arts. So it is something, and I agree with Chemo. Yeah, not long ago, a Nigerian boxer came to Ghana to fight.
Yeah. The guy who died?
Just one blow. Just one blow. And he went switch off, and that was it. So just imagine the people that, like Reggie Rockstone, for example, going into a ring with a younger person. If boxing self was able to buy a certain man, how much more Reggie Rockstone, who is over 60 years? I believe it is the reason why some people were so much concerned about his age and the kind of sports he was engaged in. But hey, the understanding is this is an exhibition match. So even when the guy gave him the first kick and he fell, you saw the A that went on.
And everybody missed the heart.
Yes.
Like, hey,
and even how the referee was even alert after that particular strike. Because they know this is an exhibition match. And if not for anything at all, yes, you may land a kick or a blow or something, but shouldn't come with that same force as an original match. So since it is an exhibition match, I believe, yeah, he will be fine. After this one, yeah, Oluma, I can't with him because still, Bakum you know because
So how about those who are arguing that as much as it's an exhibition match, looking at Reggie's status, if you are talking about someone who is really rich, the person wouldn't do this. Some things are not for some people at a certain status. So if he has taken money to even do this, then it means that when it comes to comfortability, he's really not at the peak yet.
I disagree.
Okay.
It is not true. I disagree because there are the likes of Mike Tyson and all them legendary boxers who have even retired, and they are okay.
But Mike Tyson most oftentimes goes to play most of these bouts for money.
No, it is he even goes for exhibition matches.
No, I understand. But what I mean is when he goes in for those things, he goes at a time that he also needs the money.
But you can't also tell me that without those money, he is not okay. Of course, everybody works for money. You don't expect him to go and do it for free. It is his field. That is what he wants to do. And whether he's in the ring to fight for money or it is his fame that is even pushing him to go and take that money. We may think that he is in the ring fighting for the money. But rather, it is his fame and the kind of leverage he has as a popular person that is giving him the money.
That's
and not necessarily and not necessarily the fight or what he is going to do in the ring. So in that aspect, I disagree. Because if not, then why didn't they go for any other 61-year-old person, but rather Reggie Rockstone? It is not only because he has knowledge in that particular sport, but it is because he's also popular and he can throw some light on it. So yeah, some rich man be somewhere. They would want to, if it is even them crowd that may even want to, would even want to do this, because to them,
at this point, Mark Zuckerberg, I think he's the third richest man on earth.
Okay.
He's doing MMA. He's practicing it just for sports, or in his case, just for fun.
Okay.
So what are you saying? So Mark Zuckerberg he needs money. That's why he's doing. The owner of Facebook.
Yeah.
The owner of Instagram.
Yeah.
Obinu Timinyeska of Facebook will say he's okay, and the owner is not okay. He has to go and practice MMA. No, it's not like.
But does he also do the exhibition matches and stuff?
He's not there yet. I'm not sure.
He's not. He's been training with them. Let me put it down. And the last time that I checked, he even called for a fight with Elon Musk. And we all heard it. Like they said that Mark Zuckerberg said that he's ready to face him. If he's ready, they should find a date and do it. So that one, how are you going to caption it, or how are you going to take it? The two richest men on earth wants to do MMA bout. What about that one? So for those who are saying that it is maybe because he's not so comfortable, that's why no, you can't go there.
It's bogus.
It's bogus, because even those who are doing it as their profession, they have had enough money, but they still go and they still do it. They have good money for doing it. I mean, if you go in for a fight, and at the end of the day you make like $100 million, is that not a good money?
It is.
For those who are complaining that maybe he's not comfortable, if they get $100 million, they will not do anything for the rest of their life. But a person with $100 million is still fighting. So what are you going to say about that one too? So I think they should come up with better explanation if they want to go negative like that. But I think it is just an exhibition match. That is his way of promoting them. So if anything at all, it's not about him fighting. It's about him promoting the sport.
Okay.
Him being there.
Yes, it's about him promoting the sport, but not fighting to make money. It's about promoting to make money. Or they are saying that if you advertise to make money too at his age, it's wrong. Is that what they are saying?
No.
Yeah. So I think they shouldn't be going there at all. I think it's fine, and he has done a good job. You should rather praise him for what he has done so far.
Well, let's do some politics as well here on Sammy Flex TV. And in the area of politics, Okraku is the ex-deputy minister of tourism, arts and culture. In an interview on Joy FM with Kwame Dazi on Showbiz A to Z, Okraku has said so many things, including the fact that he does not love the fact that Abeiku Santana, who is now the deputy manager or the deputy CEO at the Ghana Tourism Authority, is still on radio. He thinks that no, that's a public office. The moment you take the public office, you are not supposed to do any other thing again. When you do that, you are rather infringing on the rights of the country, where public officers are not supposed to do any other job apart from their office. Abeiku Santana, yet, according to Roland, has spoken about it. But then, let's listen to Okraku. I know he's also going through it as someone who just lost power to the NDC, being an ex-minister and seeing all the party and the razzmatazz happening. I'm sure he's back there watching. Hey, go wait this guy. Well, so let's listen to what he said. When I come back, ask my people whether they are in line with him or not.
Yes. Look, you guys are quiet. Near the door. Abeiku Santana works for Ghana Tourism Authority public office, and he's using office hours to work at OKF.
He still goes on air?
Yes. It's not acceptable. It is not. Public commission laws, I've not seen this, but like me, my own in the constitution, a minister, you cannot use office hours to do any other job.
Actually, what he should be doing is hosting like a weekly show.
On maybe tourism.
Show pro bono.
Maybe tourism, art and culture, something.
That kind of thing.
Okay.
So my people
yes.
who have taken the positions, congrats to all of them.
Yeah.
I tell my MP people that when they were bashing us, I kept telling my MP people that the media today is not as neutral as it makes us feel. You see media people who are taking positions. You see? But when they were on, they said they were neutral. Yes. I know somebody who said Kojo Ponkroma. But Honorable Ponkroma left Joy FM for years. Stayed at home, did his private business before he showed his face for politics. But today, you see people who just leave media house, they are taking positions. It's a topic for another day.
Wow, so that was Okraku, an active member in the industry as well, and now ex-deputy minister of tourism, arts and culture. Ro, do we agree with him? And you are saying Abeiku Santana has spoken. What did he say? Where did he speak?
On Facebook, he wrote that I wish to categorically state
today.
On March 4th.
4th
Sunday. Yeah.
May or March?
May 4th. May 4th.
Today is Monday.
Yeah. May 4th. He
May
said,
4th.
I wish to categorically state that the recent claim made by Mr. Okraku alleging that I am still actively engaged in radio broadcasting despite my government appointment is entirely false and misleading. And that was what he wrote on his Facebook.
Oh, that's what he wrote.
Yeah. So, for me, I think...
But he also did not clarify when he stopped doing the radio and all.
No, he didn't.
I was expecting more from this particular piece.
No.
He just read.
This is what he just wrote.
I was expecting that, from this day, I have not even been on radio, so that it makes it like... Because Okraku I know too does not just speak.
Gabi.
Okraku is a litigant. So before he says something, he is so sure of what he says.
If he gives dates and timelines to this particular statement, he will give himself away to Okraku to fire him more.
So what Mark is trying to say is that ever since he was announced as the deputy GTA boss, he has been working on the radio.
Of course.
So whether it was this week or last month, after your announcement, you have been on the radio.
Oh no, for that one there, I'm not sure anybody can dispute it because it is there. It is it is public knowledge. Even when you go on their the Peace FM Facebook, OKFM, like their Facebook live feeds, it is in their records.
Abeiku had some shows there.
Yes, he has. He hosted shows.
Then that is what
when you remember.
So that's what Mark is saying. That's what makes his defense some way.
Let me check the last time.
You remember last time we even had a discussion on him when he was saying certain things about
yes,
exactly.
Thank you.
We're talking about
Thank you.
So for that one, I'm not sure anybody would want to come and challenge and say no.
Then what is he defending then?
He is defending, perhaps, maybe in recent times.
He's saying small lines.
Small. Maybe it may not be right after the appointment, but a few moments later, he stopped. And that may be it. Or maybe as at the time when Honorable Mark was speaking, that is the time probably he also left radio.
Okay.
But he did not do it with announcement. So definitely he can call it false and misleading.
Okay.
But then you can't also dispute Mark Okraku's case and say he doesn't have a case. Of course he does, because the rules of the office states that. And we all know. But then it is also up to Mark to prove under the conditions that when he was there, as at that time after being appointed, he was doing it pro bono or he was doing it as a normal staff. Because it may be that, okay, he had his appointment before those times. And right after the appointment, he said, okay, then this may be, instead of me cutting outright, let me just do maybe 3 or 4 editions and call it a quit. But because of the rules in the office, I cannot be a staff and be doing this. So maybe you can take that particular privilege or the things that I would benefit as a staff member off. Let me do it as pro bono, round it up, and just call it off. Perhaps that may be the arrangement between Abeiku Santana and maybe the media house. But since Mark Okraku doesn't have concrete proof to say that, okay, at this point to this point, because he also said he was also questioning like on a large scale, because according to him, Mark did also give some specific timelines. Okay, even up to this day, he is still doing it. He just asked, why is Abeiku Santana still on air? As to whether he's been on air from that time till now, or to a certain point, he wasn't also very specific.
Okay.
That is why Abeiku also plays Mark. There is a political conversation. 2 politicians going at each other. And this is just the beginning for Abeiku Santana. This is just the beginning for
Beginning
Abeiku.
for what?
From some of these things coming from Okraku Mate.
Okay.
If there's somebody that is going to be a watchdog on Abeiku Santana, it's Okraku Mate.
Why did Abeiku also hunt him?
Oh no. But the office that he is occupying, that is Mark's target. It is one of Mark Okraku's targets. Yes.
Deputy.
No, not deputy, but substantive. And he knows that Mark Okraku
What I mean
Mate.
is Abeiku is the deputy.
But Mark Okraku Mate knows that.
Because in your Okraku, the reason I want to challenge you is that when he was the deputy, he said if you're a deputy, you don't have any powers, you don't have any authority. So why would you go and fight another deputy?
Mark Okraku Mate was the deputy of the ministry. Abeiku Santana is the deputy of more or less like an agency. Ghana Tourism Authority, you understand? These are 2 different offices, but one is under.
But still, deputy is deputy.
Even in terms of hierarchy, Mark Okraku Mante's office was higher than Abeiku Santana.
Of course.
But then, he knows that in this particular conversation, Abeiku Santana, even as the deputy, is as deadly as the main boss. So in that aspect, going after the main boss, Honorable Jiva Gomashi is somebody that Mark Okraku Mante will be offering her a woman. So he will not. And to get to that woman, there are people that he can use as points of contact to get to her. Of course, and Abeiku Santana is one of them.
I like point of contact.
So this is just the beginning for me for Abeiku Santana, from what is coming from Mark Okraku Mante. This is just the beginning, crowd. Abeiku Santana at this point should put his house in order. Make sure that whatever he does, he has some form of window around it, just like this one. So that should anybody come to punch holes, you also have something to say. Because like I said, Okraku Mante did not give timelines to questioning Abeiku Santana's being on air. That is why Abeiku Santana in his response did not also give timeline. Because if he comes to give timeline, while we're shooting him in the foot. Because at the end of the day, now Mark is going to use those timelines against him. He is going to question, okay, so he said from this time to this time. So what happened to the previous ones before those times? And you will be called to come and answer again. And at the end of the day, whatever you are supposed to do whilst in office, one year, the focus may be shifted, and your focus would be to respond to some of these allegations that may be coming from outside your office. And would that help your cause? Never. So me, Abeiku Santana, because the only watchdog he is going to have, a hard one in this country during his tenure of office, will be Okraku Mante.
Well, Chamo, come through. I know Chamo has also worked with Abeiku Santana before.
Yeah. I was trying to find the last show that he did on the OKFM. Just that my thing is not going fast enough for me to see his last show before he stopped going there, or even if he has stopped. What Okraku Mante is saying.
Why you don't believe he has stopped?
But he can still do it if he wants and still hold an office, because the law is not explicit like that. So just that he has to go through certain things before he can do that. You see, even in Okraku Mante's submission, he said that as a minister you can't do that, but he's not sure of his position. What is true is that if you hold any public office, there are certain things that you have to do if you have to do that. If you still have to work actively, like MPs for instance, as an MP, you can still have your company or whatever, but you need approval from the Speaker of Parliament. You have to declare your interest in the business, so that the government will not do business with you directly, knowing that you have you are in a position of power, or you can influence decision making. The same thing applies to those who are holding office. You are supposed to declare your assets, and in the declaration of your asset, you have to also declare your commercial interest or business interest in any entity that you have interest in. So if Abeiku Santana wants to do the radio job and at the same time GTA boss, I think that the practical solution is that he will declare his interest in the radio station that he's in. He can't use GTA's influence to advertise on the radio. There are other companies that he owns. He's supposed to declare all those things so that it can be clear and we will not get any conflict of interest based on the companies that he has, and then the working as a government worker or office holder. That's the thing. So we don't know. One thing that he can do is if he has sought permission from GTA board, for instance, that I'm still a radio presenter and I want to still sit on radio, the GTA board will give him the guidelines, what you can do and what you cannot do.
Do's and don'ts.
Yes, exactly. That's how the law works. So he can still do the radio job, just that there will be do's and don'ts that he has to follow, because it may bring conflict of interest. Like for instance, he will come on the radio, instead of doing the radio thing, then he will be advertising for GTA to get a contract B and all those things, or his company will be competing in a way like there are a whole lot that he has to navigate if he wants to do that.
Even Mark was even questioning working hours.
Yes, exactly. That is part of it. But the whole thing is, if the board says that okay, within these hours, we think you are free to do it, why not? He can do it. That's the point. But without the guidelines from the board, then it will be better for him not to do it, because somebody can take him on, him to SHRAG for them to investigate conflict of interest, working hours time, like the time that you're supposed to be at the office, you are working somewhere else, making another money, different money from what you get from the government. So Okraku Mante, I think he has pointed out a very important thing that we have to look out for. There's a solution to that Abeiku Santana too can go through it if he wants to do that. That's how it's supposed to be. So for me, I think what Mark did is okay or is good. And it is not only going for Abeiku Santana. He is the one that maybe
attention is on.
Yeah, it is easy for him to point out.
Yeah.
But there are others that we may not be watching them and they are doing the same. But after Abeiku Santana's issue, I think people will now be looking out for those people.
In the public offices.
Exactly. So he is mentioning Mark Okraku. Mark Okraku is mentioning Abeiku. Before you know, somebody will mention other person somewhere.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. If you want to hold public office and at the same time do your private job, there's a way to go about it. So just follow it. So Abeiku, for instance, can come out and say that I've gone through the process. I have the right to do my job, so I'm doing it. Then case closed. If you have not done it, then you are in trouble. So for me, I think Mark point out a very, very important thing.
Okay.
And Abeiku Santana too can do what is right. Just based on that. Even if he wasn't thinking about it, now you know that, yes, if you don't take care, some people can come after you just based on you not doing the right thing. So you should go ahead and do the right thing and we will be good.
Yeah. I agree. So we wish Abeiku Santana well. Just that he should take guard and expect some of these things.
Yeah.
Of course.
I want to believe he was really prepared and this did not come to him as a shock. Let's move on to our very last story for the day before we run away from here. Last Saturday on United Showbiz, UTV, something happened during a conversation or a discussion where Bulldog's apology from Shatta Wale was mentioned and it was discussed. Various opinions from the pundits proved different points. And one of them that I would want us to focus on was the submission of MC Yeboah, who in her delivery decided to look down on Shatta Wale because according to her, Shatta Wale has done this, has done that. That she considers to be negative. As a matter of fact, even on the show, she was like, to her, Shatta Wale should not try it because anytime she tries it, well, she doesn't know what she will do, but she says she will take action. There are many who have condemned her way of presentation on the matter because according to those who are following, even Bulldog, who was affected and has been apologized to, has at the moment accepted whatever that is going on, the apology, in good faith, and life goes on. But you, an observer, a friend to Bulldog, and you are making it look like, hey, someone has stepped on your toes, and the way she spoke hard, I know many people have condemned her already. Here in the studio, let me also ask their views and what they think about how Yeboah spoke. Ru, let me start this with you.
If ignorance was a human being.
Yes, we don't want to help her to spread her buffoonery, so we are not going to play the video for this one. Sorry about that.
For me, I think she just made fun, like she just made mockery of herself. I said, yeah, great kind or church and same no movie like it was very clear. And you see, even Arnold's interjection with 2 questions made her understand that. I don't know if she got the message, but made her understand that, Charlie, you are talking here. Because you were given about 15 minutes to talk, and about 10 minutes, Arnold could still not find exactly what you wanted to achieve. Because the issue is that, okay, an issue happened, it has been resolved, and this is an issue that has been resolved by both parties. Fortunately for you, you have one party with you who spoke and did not even enter into the details of the issue, but just talked about the result, like how they were able to resolve it and the way forward. So even if you are asked to comment on it, I don't believe that it is necessary for you to even enter into the details of the matter. And as it were, you were not even able to, even entering into the details, were not even able to give some concrete advice or good reason why the details of the issue needs to be revisited. But emotionally, I don't know how she allowed her emotions to cloud her judgment, entered into the issue, and looks as if says still she did not land any point. Because and we will not allow. I was asking myself, we na wine. Because if we will not allow, we will not allow. Yet there are some people there that still disagree with you. Then we na wine one. Because we okay. You will not. We will not do it. Now you were asked. You said you've been a victim of some of these conversations before. Nobody is condoning these acts. But my own is that you said you've been a victim before. And I not asked you. In your case, what did you do? The fact, yes, I am taking action. The fact that it is not public doesn't mean that I am not doing anything. And I not said one thing. Then the reaction from all the other pundits like confirmed what Arnold was thinking. Say, madam, what you are talking
plenty.
Nothing there inside. Because all of them broke into laughter for them to understand that, say a kind. Go see baby. Then later, you are doing, okay, right now, and we will not allow. So when he does it, what will you do? Because unless you want to go the other route, which that one, whether you win or lose there, nobody can guarantee. But there are procedures, there are things there are options that you can exercise.
Yeah.
And I don't know when somebody has, in fact, exercised one of the best options. If not the best, like the best option in cases like this or scenarios like this, has gotten the result he's looking for. And you are rather being emotional and saying, no, you will not allow it. So what will you do?
The burden of knowledge. And then partner now compare say bulldog here. No person bulldog here dey. Like or yet after he has taken the thing through a process, gotten the result he wanted. There is nothing you can do. And the funny thing is that the very thing MCI Yeboah is condemning, of which she's even using it at some point to even insult Shatta Wale. You see that same act, like the act she's condemning, is the same thing she's doing. Funny enough, anyone or you, me, after watching that particular video, I want to believe that we need to investigate MCI Yeboah, like on Shatta Wale issues. We need to investigate her.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. Shatta Wale may be her trigger.
Oh.
Of course.
We know why they do that.
We will get a lot of instances that she has insulted or insinuated in a way of insulting Shatta. If we try to find out other videos.
You see, that is why I'm saying we need to investigate her, because when it comes to how she addresses issues with other people, even when quote and unquote they are wrong or right, my own is that when it gets to Shatta Wale, especially
she goes with a different
looks like she goes off her reasoning. Yes, when it is about Shatta Wale, nothing like put reasoning aside, put sense aside. That's her own. And I don't know why. Maybe like Shatta Wale is her trigger, because I've watched videos or I've seen some videos of her addressing issues of Shatta Wale, and the way she goes about it,
the same anguish and pain.
So I want to know, how does that name Shatta Wale trigger some form of pain or emotions from her? Because say Obia, I don't know the relationship MCI Yeboah has had with even Shatta Wale in the past. Whether maybe maybe they've had an encounter or not. If not, Obi Otenebe be an idea. Now when you I don't know how that person's issue is able to enter into your mind and heart for you to, even when addressing that issue, like Onipan issue with another person, you go off.
Something that is not really.
You go off, because at that point, the way she was behaving Saturday on UTV, I was asking myself, are they like a bulldog and anka no bulldog bomu no claims okay, I am the victim. In fact, I am still whatever. That is what is making me act that way. But okay, you are not connected to the person in any way. You are not related to the person in any way. Yes. But then you are an independent person who is supposed to be objective on this matter.
No, but before the show, they had spoken for over 2 hours. But they admitted on the show that.
So they knew exactly what was going on.
And so you knew what? No, you see, this game, you can play it and play it right too. You see the way Arnold went about the whole issue, emphasizing, nipa no sa no tie, nipa no sa no tie. That was Arnold's way of, if he wants to punch you, that was his way of punching. Because saying sa no tie, he knows the consequences of that statement. But then, that is his own way of being diplomatically punchy. He added reasoning to it.
Yeah.
But I don't know why MC Yeboah flipped, like went so off to the extent that meanwhile, it is the attempt that you are condemning. It is that same act that you are condemning. Should somebody also base on the fact that, because I know when you enter and go and question her, she will tell you, no, so did you way more temne, or no, so did you way more temne. So I'm asking MC Yeboah, say, into usu ene, young fan says Shatta Wale is wrong. Who you eno, edidi na temno, rough. Obi su betimi ahwe so usu we di Shatta Wale attempt usu kan bibia nye ne da onu su ba be di watamana. You see the whole chain.
Yeah.
It's not at the end of the day no no condemn ade no as ono na esa friend to maso uye ede because why be, because I've been hearing even Saliman saying and Shatta Wale edidi ne vagina attempt and Shatta Wale didi ne vagina attempt obo ni didi obi ayedi.
Wow.
And to say it is sister, what's a wa na Shatta Wale sorry you who picture say no be so who some flex picture na the mental health
committee
who Salima picture Salima over jana dey man pin di water
Toto go ba.
Without you not doing
no, I say no.
Because in recent times I've heard it mentioned that
those are some they be okay.
There 2 or 3.
They are no na kanina na.
So you see, so you see in this, so you see in this same issue, Shatta has no problem with MC Yeboah. Oni uni encounter bia. Onye wo she directly. But you are basing on the Bulldog issue to insult him. But when he comes to insult you back, unfortunately, it is his that people are going to see you. And you are also going to claim victim and say, what's 17 baby, you are making my attempt. Now, only Bulldog has 7 and make count. But if it's only Bulldog has 7, you just need to attempt.
MC Yeboah there.
Chamo, come through.
What did this Sammy flex attempt crap patch out that? I'm surprised she will get that emotional and talk about somebody like the way she did on the show. Wow, what did you be at my patch out? What time patch out? One can say, my dear, my dear, what time patch out?
I remember.
Then I was any pan. Why is so emotional talking about something I am fighting the dear home?
Yeah.
The whole thing that you see, Arnold came in because he saw that she's getting to a point that it is so unreasonable that he has to stop her. And the unreasonable part of it is that Osi se oye ubibia nisi ehwe no man yesa obi akoka se sa not nisi ehwe no man yesa. What is the worst thing that you can do to him? In Arnold's head, that's what will pop. What is the worst thing that you can do to him? Says, what is the worst thing that you can do to him? It's to take him to court.
Yeah.
And the nipa na all kind of nasa no. What did you go court? And you know, to what extent? What are you trying to say here? I don't know. Or can I na? Have you be who say or Jimmy? Because that is the apex of it. The worst punishment that you can give him in this sense is to take him to court. For court to punish him for whatever reason that you think why or no. That is the worst. So apart from that, you can also insult him some. obetumi so didi na tem.
Of course. Said they tit for tat.
Said the ono wo didi na tem a on fa won kokot. Odidi atem bi. In fact atem didi cry en fa kokot ba wo de ho de yen fa ntonche. Yes. But the thing is what Bulldog took to court in the crown. Enye eno na MC Yeboah address.
Yes.
She was saying something else. Say ono de odidi krofo atem obi didi obi atem a yemfa nkokọ to. Eye asem na okan ye no e na Bulldog si no asem wo ya wo kan no man kan sa men kan sa na ode kokọ ana menye sa na ode kokọ enye se wodidi matam ti na me de kokọ enka ho na ke pamu no senka ya atem didi na ode kokọ tanka ye pamu no enti no MC Yeboah even got it wrong from the onset
to start with.
Yes. And again she was saying a lot of things without getting any point because the worst form of punishment you can give somebody insulting you in her context is to take the person to court. And in this case, Bulldog took him to court to get the results that you guys are discussing. So if you say that any ejano say on your day. Why ejano?
That's the question. Why
ejano? Bulldog or the nickel court and the wo ya Yeboah or the yawa bed or say in Roho. This is an opportunity for you to even brag. Onyam fanye o endinka hunehuna no say the beya obesuro kra so the beya. Endinka another more opportunity. You ya Yeboah if cause me de no be ko Hague me ya ye ni say hey me mo on try jawanum na ma ebia okay wo de Shatta the bow swa we print no no kra osuro on farmers you couldn't even do that. Why? The reason that I'll give is that osuro say okokasa say the Shatta the be man nya adwene kwa no hu ba bi o de be fa.
My goodness.
She was afraid. Her gbegbegbegbegbegbe na oye nyina she's afraid. And into kwa na o use the word we will not instead of I will not. She needs people on her side. And that was her way of doing that. She was so afraid of even the name Shatta Wale. I think her reaction to mentioning Shatta, commenting about Shatta comes with a form of fear in her. She shouldn't be afraid, but that's the kind of reaction that she's been giving. It's fear kind of reaction. For those who are not afraid of Shatta, will not go that direction. They will just stick to the issue and say whatever that they need to say. But when you are afraid, these are some of the reactions or actions that you will see. You will try to come out so hard, say, Abeiku Shatta. That's what she did. But she was not fortunate. There was somebody who can reason and tell her that, hey, where are you going? What are you trying to say? And that thing exposed her. That's the question I not ask. So what the you say ya obey the osi this a drew her. Hey, this a drew her. Onyam fanya nti dwawanum na wonsuro se de be ya onfanya wono wantimi kra dwawanum wantimi ehunehuna ano keke dwawanum hunehuna ano keke se me enya BNI for enya oda na o makoche no because we did matem enti no omu de AK47 eba ko boli prumu atam no e na kosem hunehuna ano keke eno kwa usuro wantimi wonso so na wo kasa mu bi ohun. So it was so bad, and I think she should learn from this one because after Arnold's intervention, after Arnold's questions, I think she came down. She started thinking. So she was like, okay, if that's what you are saying now, like you can see that now. Okay, there's a sense in her now. Like Arnold the Nyansen biya sheni trimu say, hey, you are not thinking right. Come back, and then she realized that no, she may not be saying the right things, and she should learn from it. That's what I would say. She should learn from it and stop being afraid of people, so that she will act tougher than she's supposed to act. What she did was so wrong, and she has exposed herself.
Tougher than who? Who are you tougher than? Tougher than who? You couldn't even act off. Well, it's unfortunate. We've gotten to that level where people think they can also sit on other platforms to say something. In fact, this is not a topic I wanted to treat. From the letter, from that time of the letter, I decided, okay, this is something that is dead. We just want to put this on record that on this day, Shatta did this. So there is not much to say. But from what they are saying, it infuriates you that you want to respond to what is happening. The person who was hurt, the person who was injured, we all listened to how he spoke. He spoke beautifully, intelligently. Wow, no, nothing do you. No co-fable. Bono oblo.
So, oh, Friday, dear one, I won't even find cotton. So, no, crying, dear. Now, that's what complaint is saying. Does you
know how long Bulldog has been chasing this? About 3 years or more.
Or no cry, I won't even find court.
What you the identity to the Afin and Yamiad when you're the Nakuma, Afin our betting. And the time I name my other now own Tiatium.
No, Pompey.
Me so no cry the year now, own to me crying cocoa.
Well, we are still thinking about some of the things to do in situations like this. We are getting advice at the right time. We will strike. What did the man say, Roland? Papa said, "No, can also follow."
I say, "Oh, yeah, Yeboah, yeah, said Yeboah. You be a canina, Yeboah. Yeah, me permuno. Yeah, the big queer radiating.
Baby drew
na said Tissimusua. Yeah, the mobebre.
Yes, and see, that is how I also say it. The more cunning na Yeboah. And me permu be see any money at Tissimusua. My name is Sammy Flex. I did Showbiz Daily with the team Dodi Solomon Chamo, Roland Amate with my producers Theophilus D. Gosh, there's that, and Sam Tuga. Remember, this is also your opportunity to add your opinions and views to it. I'll surely be coming your way once again on another Showbiz Daily. Do it with us when we meet again. Subscribe to us. Let's read your comments. We'll be meeting again. We're out of here. Salute.
Everybody check now. Check it. Check it, check it. The beat is real. Don't wait, make it kill ya. Get your green select glucometer and check it. Sugar level, check it. Check it. Green select glucometer, check it. Push sugar level, check it. Check it. Reselect glucometer. Everybody check now.
This advert has been vetted and approved by the FDA.